Alright guys, so I'm gonna make this quick, easy, straight to the point. So I finished Daredevil season 2 yesterday. I've been super busy with other stuff. I had to run errands. So funny thing, so when it was released on Netflix, I watched it. I just watched it, and I stopped it at episode 10, and then I had to go run some errands. Had to get a haircut. Had to go do some other shit. So I came back and rewatched it again. Plus I had food in my hand too. You gotta watch, you gotta watch the show with food. What did I think of it? Let's start off with the good, which is no. We'll start off with the good. That is Elektra. Let's start off with Elektra. How her character is. I thought her character was handled perfectly. I thought the actress, who her name escapes me right now, but she played in GI Joe Retaliation as Jinx. She played in the movie God Awful Gods of Egypt. I like to call it God of Awfulness. That movie. But look, she didn't do that much in that film. But let's say from Jinx perspective, she did pretty good. The chemistry between her and Charlie Cox, which is Matt Murdock, was interesting, but not that good compared to other people, which we'll get to later. But I really thought her character was good. Do I think her character was fleshed out well enough? Compared to the movies, yes. I thought her character's a hell of a lot handled better. Um, Her motives at times were like, but you know what? I think they were always the ultimate Marvel version of Elektra. So yeah, and Frank Miller's version a little bit too. So I didn't think it was bad. Next character, Foggy Nelson. I think Foggy as a character grew. Compared to the first season, he had a lot of development, but not so much. But he grew. He definitely grew. He grew a lot in this season, and we get to the end, you see how much he grew. But as a character development, his character is up there, probably out of all the characters this season. Well, not this season, but as for the whole show, I think he had the best development. When it was in the courtroom, the people versus, I want to say the people, but but it was the people versus Punisher per se. You know, that thing, which I thought he did very well. Especially Matt Murdock wasn't there; he was dealing with other stuff. Now, to me, I think Foggy is MVP as character development wise. Karen, she felt like she degressed as a character, but then again, she wasn't a bland character like a certain character on Arrow, Felicity. Excuse me. Oh shit. I lost my throat. But yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, she as compared to first season, I loved her in the first season. The second season, not so much. But here's the thing: they had they had Karen and Matt together, which we knew this was going to happen this season because it was developed last season very well. Funny thing is, I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. I thought they did it very well. They teased it a few times, subtle hints at sometimes, and they officially made themselves as a couple. It wasn't like a sexual tension like a Jessica Jones per se, how she was banging the crap out of Luke Cage, but it was more like a casual, actual relationship, and you could actually feel like these two actually love each other, and Matt definitely cares for her, and it's very, very real, and you can see that compared to a certain, other show. Oh, listen to I couldn't even say it in my throat. But you know what I'm talking about. Oh, listen sucks. That sucks. That relationship is very bad. And it's not handled perfectly. Now, in season 2, I think it was handled perfectly for Arrow. But they have slowly milk it out to the point where it's like either you kill her off or we just stop watching, and that's what some people have done. They stopped watching, not have killed her off yet. Hopefully they did. But yeah, I thought her character, that was the only nitpick. Now, let's get this out the way. Fight choreography, hands down, Daredevil nails it. I think this is the best show with the fight choreography ever. Sorry, Arrow, your fight choreography is lacking in these past few especially season 3 and season freaking 4. It's been lacking. Daredevil for the past 2 seasons knock it out the park. That fight between Daredevil and Punisher, brutal, like straight up brutality. Punisher doesn't mess around. He takes some names. He's like, fuck this shit, and you can see the view. It's like pretty much you see Daredevil. Like, you know what? Here's a good analogy. You see Daredevil as Superman, and you see Punisher as Batman. And pretty much they are so parallel. It's ridiculous. Batman has his own style of taking things. Like, he's very aggressive. He's very brutal. But Punisher's more brutal because he kills a motherfucker. Batman decapitates a motherfucker, not kill him, but paralyzing him, injure him to the point where the man can't, fucking fight no more. Where Punisher, for Punisher, he just kills the motherfucker, like boom, 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 and that's it. And his tactics is going so far that Daredevil has to step in, which I'm like, because then you see the blurred lines between good and bad. And here's the thing, the lines between good and evil in here is not really anyone. It's more like, you have Daredevil, you can say he's a good guy, but he has his own moral code too. Punisher's like, fuck that. I'm the Punisher. You gonna get punished. Boom, boom. It follows the storyline of how his family died, which I thought the storyline between how his family died, his origins was kind of but I guess they were like, you know what, we've seen in the last film with Thomas Jane, which was done perfectly. I guess they were like, let's not even retrend that no more, which was good. I thought that was handled a little bit poorly, but you're probably poorly, but that's my thing. Now, Punisher as a character in here, probably the standout as a character. His development wise, it was a slow burn, and there's times in Daredevil it gets very slow. Like, literally very slow. There's a time when I was like falling asleep compared to season 1. Like season 1, right off the back, episode 1, 2, 5, big boom. But other than that, his character is a very slow burn, especially the first. Once you get through the Punisher and him taking out motherfuckers, just killing motherfuckers, and then they finally capture him, that's when it kind of slows down a little bit. I can't remember the episode, and that's probably a good thing. So yeah, and then the courtroom and the incident with that, which is that takes about 2 episodes, which is very Law and Order Marvel style, which is pretty cool if you want to do it like that. Pretty cool. Other than that, it's not that much to say on his character wise, but just like the last season of Daredevil, how Matt Murdock finally got his costume, similar how the Punisher, how he got his costume. Well, not his costume, but I guess you could say skull. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, that's a hint. Pretty much, I don't think it's a spoiler. I think some people have spoiled it. I just want to tell you guys that because I don't want you just like, oh, where's the skull? Where's the skull? It's at the end. They'll probably do this for every show. So I think they'll do this with Iron Fist too, and they probably will do it with Luke Cage. Hopefully, they gotta be careful with that though. I don't want people to constantly get towards the end and he gets the costume. Let's have the man get the costume a little bit earlier. That's just my opinion. Now, do I think Punisher should have his own series? Yeah, but this version of Punisher, I don't know. Compared to, let's say, they really went to war, like the Punisher Warzone type of Punisher, oh hell yeah. But this one, not so much. Now, the actor playing him, Shane, I like to call him still Shane from Walking Dead, probably the best character of Walking Dead, nails it. He is the Punisher. He is the Punisher. There's times when I keep on forgetting, like there's time I see Shane. When I look at him, I say, "Hey, Shane," and then then after like 2 or 3 episodes, he's no longer Shane. He's Frank Castle. So I was like, about damn time. I like it. Now we get a special appearance from fan favorite villain of the year of 2015. Spoiler alert: it's the Kingpin. That man deserved the award of villain of the year. This is probably hands down Marvel's best villain. I'm sorry, if you're a Loki fan, more power to you. But the Kingpin is Marvel's best villain since any. For the Marvel Studio Universe, MCU, which Daredevil was part of, best villain. When he makes his presence, he makes a presence. He is the Kingpin from the comics. Not only does he look the part, he is now acting the part. Because in the first one, you say, oh, he's acting the part too. He wasn't the Kingpin. He was still William Fisk. But in this one, he's the Kingpin. They didn't name him the Kingpin, but that was the Kingpin. What I saw was the Kingpin from the Spider-Man the anime series and from the comics. And I said, this is him. And he controls pretty much the whole prison. The guy can eat what he wants, sleep where he wants, tell people what he want to do. So Frank Castle actually comes to prison. He tells Frank, look, I need you to do something for me. And he said, you know what? At first he had something for him to do. Spoiler alert. But you know, Kingpin changes his mind and tells him, fuck that. I'm letting you go. You have more talents elsewhere. And that's what happened. And you think Kingpin's only there for a quick second? No, he has a whole episode dedicated to him. And the scene... Now, here's the thing. We'll get to this. This is I want to say a huge spoiler, but this is a scene with the Kingpin. Matt Murdock goes to talk Kingpin because he knows Frank Castle was released by Kingpin, William Fisk. So he goes over there, and they're in this, I guess you could say this private room per se, and his lawyers say you got to sign all these contracts to make sure that whatever you talk to William Fisk about, you cannot, say outside, like you use it against him in a court of law. If you do, then you'll be held accountable as well too. So Fisk got this shit planned out. So he goes in. Matt knew he was, Matt knew he was the one to release him. So they keep talking. It's like that. It's the chemistry between Charlie Cox and him back in the first season still is there. Like Jesus Christ. Then Matt Murdock uttered the word Vanessa. He said, "I will make sure that you will never see Vanessa again." Kingpin was William Fisk just snapped, turned into that violent man we saw last season, almost beat the shit out of freaking Matt Murdock. Slammed his head so many times I thought, Jesus Christ. And he told him every day that keeps him awake is him figuring a way to destroy Matt Murdock and Foggy Nelson. And Matt, no, don't bring Foggy. Oh, no, I'm bringing Foggy in here. And I'm sitting there like, whew, ooh, next season's gonna be good. I cannot wait for next season. Y'all thought about this season was good. Next season's gonna be better. That alone was like, Netflix, you got my money. Just stop it. You got my money. Just stop. But, now, I'm already 12 minutes in this video, so fuck it. Side note, the main story is not Punisher, which is good because having Punisher and Daredevil fight for God knows how many episodes it could get boring. The main storyline is the Hand. The sides. There's two storylines: Punisher versus the people. Punisher finding the people responsible for his family death. Then Foggy Nelson and Matt Murdock's conflict. Karen finding the truth about Punisher family, and then this storyline with Elektra and Daredevil taking on the Hand and finding out what their scheme is in the whole their whole plan is with New York and stuff. I think this one might be saved for the Defenders, and what I mean by that is I think that storyline is gonna be saved for the Defenders, which will make sense because the Hand, it'd be better if they had the Hand versus Daredevil and Iron Fist, because to be quite honest with you, I think the Hand is so big of a unit that you could actually use Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones and makes for a perfect team. That's just my opinion, but that's the other side. No, I'm not gonna spoil too much with that one because it's throughout the whole series and you have to watch the whole series to see it. But it was handled perfectly, I thought too. The only gripe I have with it, I think it was, I thought they wrapped it up a little bit too quickly. That's just my opinion. I thought they wrapped it up a little bit too quickly. But still, it was handled perfectly. Now, moment of truth. What do I rate Daredevil? Season 2. I think I rated the first season a 9 out of 10. I'm not too sure, or 10 out of 10, but it was one of those letter grades. I'll say this one's an 8.9 out of 10. It's a little bit lower, but I mean, compared to the first season, wasn't that good character-wise. Again, I thought Foggy Nelson had a great character development. I thought Daredevil, I thought Punisher had a great character development throughout his show. I think he was the highlight, him and Foggy. I thought the uses of the hand and Elektra was done okay. Could have done a little bit better. Like I said, that ending though, they kind of wrapped it up a little bit too quickly, you know. So, and you could tell like I think they had it this way because like, oh, we're getting another season, which is it's already in the works. But I would like for them the next season just focus on Kingpin, Foggy, and Matt Murdock, and because that's a big storyline for season 3, and Karen too. Because now Karen, spoiler alert, Karen will be a major factor in the next season now. She was a major factor this season, but she can be a major factor from now on. So. You probably say, what's a spoiler? I decided not to tell you. You got to see it to believe it. But other than that, guys, yeah, I thought this was a good season. Compared to the first one, not that good, but still a good season. I don't know about the Punisher, though. I think he should make a debut in Defenders 2. That's just my opinion. Just have him in the Defenders. But does he need his own series? I don't know. I really don't. It's kind of weird. I don't think he does, but then again, I would like for him to do, but then I don't know. Yeah, one of my friends was like, "Oh, he could be part of Captain America's agents or whatever, like part of Shield." I'm like, no, Punisher shouldn't even be part of Shield. I'm like, no. No. Punisher's better in a TV series because it's something different, and we never seen Punisher in a TV series before. And rumors are going around when Fox had it, they were going to make a TV show, which to me, I think Punisher can do better as a TV show. But now, especially on Netflix too, yeah, if you ask me, what I would do is put Punisher in the Defenders, spin that off to a TV show, and see how that goes. That's just my opinion. As always, guys, like and subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys thought of season 2 of Daredevil. Peace. And we gotta get ready for Luke Cage in September. And Karen and Matt, all day. All day. Fuck Felicity. Peace.